I, 21F, found out my friend's, 23F, best friend, and boyfriend doesn't exist. I am sorry if this is at all confusing. There is a lot of details and I'm trying my hardest to make it make sense. I recently found out that my friend, M, has a best friend, C, who likely isn't real, and has created a fake boyfriend, J, going as far as creating fake Facebook profiles for him and his family to interact with her own posts, texting herself to fake text conversations, sending herself gifts from him, and buying herself a ring and saying she is engaged to him. M has always told little lies, a lot of little lies that started to not add up, and all of our friends have noticed, but no one has ever said anything because they were stupid, didn't harm herself or anyone else, and frankly didn't matter at all. Recently, about a month ago, M told us she started dating J, who is allegedly her friend's, C, roommate. C and J supposedly live in South Korea. We live in America. C has been M's friend for years now, since I have known her, which has been over 2 years. I've noticed that C doesn't follow her on any social media, and I've never seen any accounts of his, or even him talking on the phone, video chatting, nothing. I always thought it was weird, but chalked it up to him just not being big into social media, and forgot about it. When M told us she was dating J, I found it weird, so I decided to look into it. I tracked down the pictures of him that she sent to us, and found the photos belong to 3 separate people. None of them follow her, nor does she follow them. None of us initially realized the people in the photos were different people because they all had the same hair and had masks on, or were far away, etc. So, we thought, maybe she is just being catfished. However, with her long history of lying, this was hard for me to believe, so I dug even further. I came across a secret K-pop Twitter account of hers, that she doesn't know I know about. Here, she regularly tweets small lies about her life, like she drives a Mercedes. She does not, or she lives on a farm, we live in a city, and a lot more similar to that. She also, regularly, tweets screenshots of conversations between herself and J, and herself and C. I found that she accidentally used the same photo of the same person for the contact photo of both J and C in some of these screenshots. So, not only is she using 3 separate people's pictures, but she is using the same photos for J and C. She has also claimed to FaceTime both of these people multiple times. I think it is also important to point out that in a lot of these screenshots of texts, the app TextFree is pulled up in the background. If you don't know what TextFree is, it gives you a phone number and allows you to text people using internet. A lot of people would use this app on their iPods in the early 2010s to text people's cell phone, since they only had Wi-Fi back then. However, M has an iPhone and phone service, as well as internet, so I can't see a logical reason of why she would have this app, other than to text herself, to fake these conversations. I should also point out that in the photos of these 3 separate people, they all have iPhones, and all the text conversations are green, which is weird, because they both have iPhones, so the messages should typically be blue, because of iMessage, but if she was using TextFree to text herself, the messages would be green, like they are. On M's secret Twitter account, she claimed to get engaged to J today. But she told us he had just sent her a ring as a gift. And, I should remind you, they only started dating a month ago. There are also Facebook accounts for J and J's sister that popped up this week. M said she forced J to create a Facebook, even though he would never use it. On this account there is one picture of him, and everything is private. One of our friends added the account, got added back, and there was practically nothing on it, and the friends were private, which makes sense if it's a new account or whatever. But then, his sister's account pops up out of the blue commenting on M's posts. This account also only has one photo uploaded from this week, and everything is private. So again, I took this photo and traced it back to the real Instagram account of the actual girl. Which, by the way, she is not using their real names, all the names are different from the real people. Hopefully I have explained enough for you guys to see why none of us believe she is being catfished, and that this is all created by her. She even has her mom and rest of her family believing all of this. This, to me, is extremely serious, and I do not know how to go about handling it. I don't want to attack her because I can only imagine how horrible she is going to feel when she finds out we all know it is fake. There has to be some deep psychological issues happening here. I honestly feel bad that she is creating this whole fake world for herself to live in. A likely fake best friend, that she's kept up for years, and now a fake boyfriend and his fake family. But, at the same time, it is super upsetting, because she is taking these innocent people's photos and using them to create this whole life for herself. Being lied to isn't a great feeling either. How should a situation like this be handled? I want to give her the opportunity to come clean before bombarding her with all this stuff we found out, but I don't know how to go about this. Too long did not read. I found out my friend created an entire fake life for herself, including a fake fiancé, his fake family, and a likely fake best friend. How can I get her to come clean? If you confront her, she will likely double down and get confrontational. If you want to continue being her friend, I would suggest that you bring this information to her, suggesting that she is being catfished. Even if you don't believe that, it will let her know that her lies are exposed, while still giving her an easy out. ETA. Even if there are ways to let her come cleanish while preserving your relationship, I would advise you to be cautious. People who lie on this scale don't get better on their own, and it can be burning to be their friends. She made profiles and has conversations with herself. Whoa, that's next level. I used to be someone like this. I made up friends, boyfriends, pets, situations. In the end, I was just lonely and watched way too much TV. You can confront her if you want to. Just tell her she doesn't need to invent all of these things, and you like her for who she is. That's why people lie like this anyway. They're fearful they will not be liked, and don't think they deserve friendship as they are. If you want to keep the friendship, address it. If you don't, then break with her. I DK your friend that well, but if I was you, I'd ask what was going on, and maybe sneak something in about if shush is okay. People don't just make up persons for fun, and I guess it's kinda like having that imaginary friend many of us had as kids, and maybe still has. I used to have a friend like that. Used to being the operative word. We don't need friends like that in our lives. I suspect that my ex-friend was a compulsive liar. I actually tried confronting her about all the lies she told, but instead told lies about me to our other friends to protect herself. So no, don't need friends like that. So, your friend needs a therapist, and you need to gently honest with her. I'd confront her, and share some of the things you do like about her and your friendship that has nothing to do with her delusions. She is living in a deeply altered self-made reality. I'm not sure what you can do. Maybe try contacting her parents and present them with this information. It might be better if everyone knew and could deal with it within the family support structure. PPL who do this type of thing have deep-seated issues. I'm not sure your friend will come clean, nor do I think you have skills to help her through this. She needs professional help. When this type of thing blows up, it hurts everyone in range. It's okay for you to distance yourself so you don't become collateral damage. It's clear that your friend is deeply troubled and mentally ill. I would in the most gentle way possible confront them with the information you have and encourage them to seek professional help. I would also completely cut the friend off, for the time being. You can still love someone and want the best for them, but from afar. At this point, your friend's mental illness is affecting many people, and it's totally okay to remove that person from your life. My wife had a friend like yours. Life full of lies till this day. Just distance yourself from this mess. Stay safe. I had a friend, colleague like this. She has borderline personality disorder. I stopped being friends with her long ago. But here she faked getting mugged, real story. Was drunk and fell and got a black eye. Would lie about her salary, people she was hooking up with, celebrities she met, etc. Not worth your time. Or man. I don't even know what to say. I've known people like this, and it never, ever went well. Hold on to your compassion, but don't let her pull you underwater. It's really sad, I'm sorry. I suggest seeking professional help on what to do, how to confront her and convince her to seek therapy. It's serious. If you confront her using a bad way, she might get even more damaged and will be more ill. I hope she becomes healthy soon. How old is she? Yes, this is normal for younger people, to live in an imaginary world, but from the sound of it she must be in her 20s. She needs a reality check, not real people in her life playing into her false reality. If you truly care about her, and consider her a real friend, be upfront with her. You're not there to judge, but you have the evidence that mentally she is not sound. If you want to help her, I would consult with a mental health professional. Possibly run an intervention of sorts where you sit her down with people you trust to support her and not mock her for this and say you know she's making these people up and you're worried about her. If you really feel the need to confront her, tell her you think she's being catfished and see what she says. However, my advice is to drop it and distance yourself. What is going on here is way beyond what you can deal with. What do you hope to gain from confronting her? Why do you need her to come clean? It really doesn't have anything to do with you. It's clear that she has built a make-believe world for some reason. She has the right to live her life as she wants and you have the right to not be involved. I used to do this in middle school, early high school. It took me a long time to realize that the reason I did it was because I felt like I wasn't an interesting person. If you like her, be gentle and let her know she can have a fresh start. It takes a while to stop making things up on the spot, and can often happen without thinking twice. It takes effort to stop being a liar, so whether or not she wants to fix this is really on her. Good luck. It won't be long until she gets cancer. Okay. You asked what should be done. My answer: nothing. Currently she is using a photo belonging to someone else, but she's not using it to scam anyone, nor is she using it to make money on the internet. This is like buying a photo frame and keeping the model's picture in the frame and giving it a name. It's mostly harmless. Problems will arise. They have to. One day her mom will ask about the fiancé and she will probably break up with him. Again, no harm here. The harm will come in when she finds that you have played spy on her for a while, just to find out that she's created this life for herself. You are not a therapist. You have no business looking into it other than to just learn for yourself and no one else. Keep the info. Let it go. Is this a friendship worth keeping? The basis of any relationship is trust. You clearly can't trust anything she says. Even minor lies are a red flag. She is too old to do that. We learn as children not to lie. This is a character flaw that isn't going away. These are the people that later on claim they have cancer and shave their heads to show that they're going through chemo. Your friend really needs an intervention-type conversation, possibly involving her parents. She has truly taken it to a very unhealthy level of fantasy. She's living in a fantasy world. You can confront her with all the evidence in the world and she will have an excuse or counterattack. Just let her run it out. When she gives another update on her life, just answer it with a, yeah, right, and change the subject. I mean say, yeah, right, every time she tells another lie. She will get the message that she is not being believed and eventually stop doing it. Liars get a thrill when they feel like they have successfully pulled off another whopper. Take that thrill away and she will either stop or peddle her fantasies somewhere else. I had a friend like this. She lied about everything. She would go shopping and buy one pair of pants, then tell us she bought 3 pairs of the same pants for no reason other than to lie. She has another friend, who she's told me she met at work, then she told me she met them at school. You can call her out all you want on her lies, she won't stop. I can't speak for all pathological liars, but I know my friend didn't believe she needed help. I doubt your friend will believe either. If you can't keep up with it, I would just cut contact. Look, she needs help. You're not the person to help her. If you really want to salvage the relationship, I guess try to gently talk to her, but she is obviously delusional and it likely won't get anywhere. Your best bet for your own mental and emotional health is just to drop her. It ain't worth it. Pathological liars are exhausting and don't want to change, from experience. Maybe she will wake up someday, but honestly, until she wants to change, there's not anything you can do. There is no way not to come off as combative and or harm someone like this. I speak from experience on this. And until she gets intense therapy, I would continue to expect the behavior, and even with therapy she's not guaranteed to stop. It's definitely a psychological issue, but how deep does it go? I know some of these people genuinely believe their own lies, while others do it to feel better, or for more spice of life. Such. Either way, good luck, and I really hope this doesn't end in a terrible flaming mess for you. Op. Also important to point out that most Koreans use the app KakaoTalk to text and not really iMessage, especially if it's an overseas number. At least that's what I heard. I know this isn't funny and I am sorry you're going through this. But if you need a moment of levity, just think for a second what the wedding will look like. The answer is to grey rock her and get her out of your life. She's engaging in incredibly manipulative behavior, bordering on sociopathic. This is where you walk away. Nope. Let me ask, who have you told so far? You should listen to the Something Was Wrong podcast. There was a season where someone's best friend catfished her as a guy for years and then had that guy commit suicide, and it really messed her up. Some people really enjoy the thrill of lying and manipulating people. Generally, people who enjoy this are on the psychopathy spectrum. Not great people to be around. You are better off distancing yourself. Your friend sounds troubled. Yes, these are all big fat lies. But I think this girl needs some serious help. If you confront her, don't make allegations, put your doubts on the table and tell her she can tell you everything. Remember, you are not the one who has to help her, but she could use someone to confront her, but nicely. So she can seek the help she needs. Good luck. What a shit show. Hallmark could have a field day with this post. I would probably contact a professional, psychiatrist, and ask how to handle this situation. As you said, it is probably something deep psychological. Just telling her may cause the wrong reaction, and going to her parents may also do that. Ask sometime professional first. Not really a friend if she's been doing this to you. There have been stories in the news within the past year about people who fabricate lives like this. In those cases, the person was trying to pass themselves off as an expert, and the person they fabricated was a foil for them to argue against, so it was worse. Your friend needs professional help. I have no idea how to get her to go. That must be tough to find out you're being lied to by a friend. I'm wondering if you really need to confront your friend, though. Obviously they have something major going on, but I'm wondering if confronting her will just make her double down and potentially cause a rift in the friendship. If you no longer want to be friends with this person, I can definitely understand that as well. But maybe this person just needs support for now and will eventually come clean or stop putting on the act once they work out whatever is going on with them. Also had the same thing happen, except this person was 15. She started talking about it, and at first I was skeptical, but when I confronted that she had never went to Korea nor had roommates who were transfers, neither of those I believed, she started to panic and tried to make up another lie. Fangirls really go that far, and it quite honestly disgusting. Sounds like she is a compulsive liar. This typically is harmless, but that is a risk you are taking by being her friend. Who knows how this could continue to develop over time. She is into her 20s, still practicing and adding on to the behavior. I'ma need an update. I'm invested. But screenshot her posts. Start asking a bunch of questions. It'll be hard for her to keep up. Like they can't really get married if it's fake, so once it comes time to spend all this money on a wedding, THT won't happen. She'll have to give it up. I think you need to tell her that you know the truth in the most gentle way possible and express your concern for her emotional and psychological well-being. Recommend that she seek out counseling. Tell her you really want to continue being friends, if that is the truth, and that she has your support as she processes through this difficult season in her life. While it is extremely odd behavior, I don't see why you would take a personal stake in her using random people's photos for fake profiles and allow it to make you very upset. You are not going to understand, and there is no need to understand the mind of a person who creates a fake other world. Once you know, it's better to be wary about any schemes that they try to pull you into. Wow. Like how exhausting it has to be to make multiple profiles and try and keep up on them. This girl definitely needs to get some professional counseling. When you are this unhappy with your real life, making up this crazy fantasy world is so unhealthy mentally. Honestly, my advice is to discuss it privately with her parents first and get their opinion on what to do. Show them all the evidence too. Wow, she was devoted to the lies. That's tons of effort just to convince your friends you're close with someone and are in a relationship, and convince random people on Twitter as well. Geez. This sounds like someone with latent maniacal tendencies. I think I would put distance between myself and this kind of person, but I don't tolerate dishonesty. Holy smolly ollie, what a pickle. You run around telling people in the real world that story, you're likely to get locked up in the loony bin. Yowzers, that's doozy. I second the fact that she is absolutely going to double down on the lie. I agree, don't outright confront her, rather go in low key, let her know that you know what's going on. Good luck. Keep us updated. You should leave her alone. If she's made up a second life, it's hers. If you don't want to be her friend, then don't. But stop acting someone owes you something. They don't. People have stuff going on and sometimes they need an escape. Leave her alone. Reminds me of _a beautiful mind _.